Okay, so I want to break it down. This game was not the best game in the world to want to walk into. Number one, I had some issues, and as I understand, I've had some other friends with issues as well. I believe you had issues
Yes, I
installing
did
the
have
game.
issues. That was fun.
Yeah, so if you end up getting some strange, what was that error that you received?
Oh heck, I saved a picture of it.
OpenGL, you say?
Yes.
I think I remember it. It had like some context thing, context
Yeah,
attribute.
contract attribute ASD failed. So,
Oh, here it is. WGL create context attribs ARB failed. If you have this error, this is right off the bat what makes the game bad. They are forcing gamers once again, just as BioShock did back in the day with its shader nonsense, to buy new video cards. Now, I agree, people need to keep up with the times. However, I'm going to say if you're going to put out a beta, you better make sure that thing can run on a potato, because you're trying to get as many people to play that thing as possible.
I completely agree this. This is important.
Now, with that said, the overall gameplay, it's put your 15 minutes into it. You know what I mean? That's what I did. I enjoyed, with what candor I could, the gunplay that felt like something out of Unreal 2008. It was a very twitchy-based experience. A lot of people are also, oddly enough, on the Steam forums complaining about the game not being fast enough, which in my brain, I'm like, okay, so if this isn't fast and you want faster, what world are we living in? Because right now, this is, like, to me, one of the most premier quick time first-person shooters that is available.
Well, it's not as fast as Unreal Tournament, the Game of the Year edition. Of course, that's a really high mark to hit. This feels more like a game built for a console. It does not feel like a game built for a computer, really. But
It really does. I will back you up 100% on that. One of the little caveats that I enjoy is the demon gameplay, but it's the limitation, and I'll go into this later. It's the limitations that the game puts on its players versus other games that are coming out that really drives it home of why is this product what it is. But like I said, we'll encounter that in a bit.
second question, how is the multiplayer?
Okay, so multiplayer, right off the bat from the video, you can see that I am only concerned with items. Items are the number one how you win. There are many ways to go about strategically with, jumping into the mix of things. But all in all, what you're dealing with is straight gunfire gameplay and who can collect the most green and blue items. Blue items being health, green items being armor. As your armor increases, you take less damage, and as your health increases, you can, of course, absorb more. And as you run through the level, you run over these green and blue items, with the yellow ones being ammo. And there's really no complexity to it. That is the end of the paper, rock, scissors as far as what's out in the level to help me, what's there to make this a new property. This exact same formula was in Unreal. You had armor, you had health, and you had ammo, and those were the only things you worried about. Plus, on this, unlike the other, in Unreal 2008, you had a double jump due to a little rocket booster. In this game, you have a double jump, God knows why. You just have it because they said, hey, this would be fun. It's multiplayer, let's do it.
Well, to be fair, alright, the green and blue is something that's been a takeover from the original Doom game. However, even in, like, Doom 3? No, the Doom that was released a couple of years before this Doom, they had it where it was actually like health packs, I believe, and it was more of an immersive experience.
Oh yeah, the doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but they had armor too.
Yeah.
These are tenets that have come into the game, but in a modern game space, they feel like there's something really old, and we've already seen this before.
Yeah.
And that's what's not bothering me about this game. I'll get into that when we go to the what's bad about it. But right now, just to let you know, the thing that bothers me is they broke this down to the most generic shooter for simplicity's sake. To me, this feels like the equivalent of a Hollywood rom-com that has no sense, no style, and no sort of story to pull you through. it's just sitting there like watching people shoot each other for no reason. It's just the same like in some of these Hollywood movies where there's really no plot there. You're just watching people being people because it's like the show Friends and they're just people being people. Hey, well that's cool for that kind of entertainment, but when we're talking this entertainment, you can't just hand me something I've been playing for the last 20 years and call it new. You know, it's impossible. But,
it's like most other games.
Like I said, I'll go
like
into it later.
Yeah, like most games, like you're saying, have like some sort of history with it. Like Unreal Tournament. What's the point? It's freaking. That's the version of football we're running into in the future. Call of Duty has its own thing. Halo has its own history, and Star Wars Battlefront.
So you're more hung up on the whole lore thing, how
Well,
it feels
lore.
like they're betraying you on lore.
Well, I can't really tell right now because there's no single player to play. But I can kind of tell by the world. The world looks too. It looks like it was made a couple years ago. Like the last Doom game looked better than this. At least me reminiscing about it. I was really hoping for something more like Alien Isolation type of feel. With oh no, here's the new bad guy demon zombie thing you run around the corner for this level. But this feels too much like. Hey, look, we took a Call of Duty Halo mix, and now we're throwing it in some sort of Mars-based type thing with hell. It doesn't quite feel right. It just feels like they're ripping it off, really. Let's throw some pentagrams on the ceiling and pick up some blue and green objects.
Yeah, I feel the same way. This could easily be a Quake level, and you'd never know the difference.
Definitely Quake.
I definitely feel you there. I understand in where you come from in that sense that there's no like even in Halo you feel the Master Chief, you feel or you feel the Covenant when you're
there's like
the
a
other
hero
side
feel
fighting.
to it.
Or there or like when you pick up the alien weapon and do stuff. There's a weird connect to this, and that will go into like what I said with the what's bad about it. But we'll move on to that later.
Yes. Next question: was it balanced?
No, in no way, shape, or form is this game balanced. Okay, so let me start off with the most simple reality. The most simple reality that anybody, even I can go up to like a child and say this. Which one do you think's gonna hurt the bad man more? A shotgun or a rocket launcher? What do you think the child will answer?
Rocket launcher, obviously.
Yet in this game, shotgun is a one-shot kill and the rocket launcher is like a 3 to 4 shot kill.
Huh.
The only way the rocket launcher works is if you're standing, going back to Unreal again, if you are standing on top of them, like a flak cannon, like Unreal, and you just lob that just whatever at them. It has a cool feature where you fire it and then it'll explode off to the side. But it does less damage than the sniper's shotgun and the ambusher's shotgun. So, and that goes also into more of like, okay, I'm not going to talk about this as a bad thing since the question is this balanced, right?
Yes.
That's the question. Okay, balanced. No, you only have 3 classes and they are nowhere near paper, rock, scissors. The first class is an assault sort of class. He has a plasma gun and a rocket launcher. Okay, and if people tell me, oh, well, it's because you need to level for a while and you get all these weapons. No, fuck that bullshit. This is not Battlefront. Even though Battlefront tried to charge $60 for this same old sort of nonsense. And I see how well that worked out. Yeah, exactly. So, look, the reality of it is, man, balanced, there is no paper, rock, scissors. There's an assault class with what equates to, like, an energy plasma thing that will just, like, do a volatile of plasma at you, and it's in a short distance.
The old Doom game, it's number key 8.
What is number key 8? It's not BFG.
No, that was the plasma rifle. BFG was, I think, 9, and then you had 0, which was the chainsaw.
Did it have the secondary like it had in this one?
No.
Where, like, you fire it and it's just this orange glob of whatever that comes out?
That's actually probably a holdover from Unreal Tournament with the shotgun, the shock rifle.
You know what I love about Unreal Tournament that this game doesn't have? I could switch to, like, 8 different guns. This game, 2 guns. I get 2 guns and a grenade, or 2 guns and the ripped-off teleporter from Unreal.
Yeah, the
Not kidding you.
translocator.
You drop
really
it.
is.
Yeah, you drop it. You walk a little ways, and then you hit your other key, and then whoop, I'm back there again. Okay, so
it's
that
even
right there, that
circular with a
translocator,
little antenna.
Yes, it looks just like it. It looks exactly
I swear the
like
noise
it.
is even similar too when you throw it.
So what we're handling here is essentially Unreal with this other skin thrown on it, but it's not even Unreal because they limited half the shit. So
And the levels
and then the
aren't
other
Unreal
classes.
quality.
No, they're not. They're not set up for good Twitch jumps. They're not set up for good round the corners. It just feels like somebody was like, yeah, let's take this cool level and put some portals on it and let's see what the best we can do. And I'm more, like I said, about the mechanics of these first-person shooters. And I'm not going to try to go into Battleborn, but Battleborn is a perfect example of adding many different attributes into a game while keeping the solid gunplay at hand. And going into this game, I want to make sure I cover the other two classes. There was the assault class. There's a sniper class. Sniper has the sniper gun that fires. It has like an 8-round thing. It feels like the sniper rifle off GTA 5. It's a sniper rifle. What can you say about it? If a dude's wearing armor, you're not headshot.
That's stupid.
There, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, because he has armor. That's why this Twitch game doesn't fucking make sense, because you can't use weapons that are fucking precise in a world like Division. You can't RP fucking bullets. You cannot RP bullets. But they're gonna do it, and I'm okay if it's like in a Borderlands-y cartoonish fashion. Doom was supposed to have that hint of realism, hint of survival. Hell, even
You're fighting the minions
Unreal.
of hell, and everyone's against you, and you're on your own, and you have no way to get home except by going forward.
Like, they could have did so much with it. This could have been an arena the demons set up to where we had to kill so many of each other, and then the survivors had to fight a demon. You see what I mean? Now you were my enemy, and now you see I just came up with that 5 seconds into this. How hard would that have been to program? And it would have been like somebody that was dead could become the demon.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and they have the same thing with the Revenant on both sides, and that's clever.
If you
That's
made
clever.
the person with
wait,
the least kills get to be able to jump into it, or at least have a higher probability of getting it, like the least 5 people, then they get to have fun at the end of the game, and the professional players get to have a lot more of a chance to even have a higher score or something.
Exactly, and what's more concernable is that, like, they're limiting the number of players. I've already described 2 classes, and here's the big third one. The third class, the Ambusher. You get a heavy machine gun that fires kind of like the sniper rifle, but it's machine gun, and you get
it's the full auto version of the semi-auto sniper rifle.
Well, here's the thing. Well, yeah, because you have a scope on it, which scope on a mini doesn't even, or MG didn't make any sense to me. But whatever, okay. So you have that, and then you have the shotgun, the one-shot shotgun. So essentially, if you play Assault class, you're gonna die. Like, out of some of the footage that you've seen, I'm playing nothing but Assault class, and you can see I am just getting my ass stepped on. I started figuring it out later down the road. You had to be like right in their face to fire it. But is there balance? You tell me. There's only 3 classes, and the guns are all kinds of fucking caterwauling.
Alright, moving on. Was it good? Or what was good, my bad.
Alright, what was good? It's gonna be hard for me to find something good out of a product that I do not like. I'm gonna say that fair and right offhand. But what was good is the fact that it has a voice integration. This is kind of a bad thing. I'm going to get into that too. But I don't like games that force team cooperation that don't include any type of voice. It's 2016. People are talking on the internet over websites. You need to do that.
This is even having just integrated for just make sure casual players have the ability to talk if they want to. Also, I see the bad downsides of that.
I liked the textures on the guns. I like the way they look.
Yeah, I like the some of the decor
glowy,
is pretty
fiery
good.
shit was kind of cool. This game just needs like the switch turned down on it, just slow down just a hair, and it would have been so much better. Making it this ultra high paced, whatever the fuck it is, makes like I said, some people were complaining in Steam about it being slow, and I don't know as a gamer anymore where that line is, but I do know for a fact that this game is something that many gamers did not like. It appealed to no specific audience, and that's why it's bad.
And coming from the...
But inherently, it's good because at least we're... Okay, there we go. We're finding out now that you have to have content. You can't just put out generic garbage and hope that people are going to buy into it.
Just because it has a Doom name, yeah.
Yeah.
But...
Well, that's the Hollywood studio thing. You can remember Batman and Robin? Remember Batman and Robin?
Hold that,
that
off
was a
for
Hollywood
what was
studio.
bad. Hold on to that. What was bad? We'll get to that. We'll get to that in just a second.
All right.
What is good though is that there is a new Doom game out there. I'm hoping the solo player will be great because everyone loves a good Doom game. That's the reason that they've still been around since 1995. Or when was the first one released?
I just remembered something I liked. I just remembered something. Okay, so I was watching the video and I just remembered. Okay, so if you do little achievements through the game, they immediately tell you. Like, a lot of times I killed the dude that was killing me and I've got Comeback King. And the modules, I completely forgot about the modules. This is good, but it's not the best. A lot of games are using this nowadays, so it's just meh. Like, this is why I didn't even bother to mention it during, like, the gameplay balancing. You can hook nodules into your character, and they enhance your character some way. Like, either move him faster, reload faster, shoot the bad guy faster, or one of them was find the dude that last killed you. So, yeah.
Attributes.
So that's a good, yeah. There is some progression, some. Gotta give it that. I'm not gonna be completely harsh.
Alright, here we go. What was bad?
Man, fuck this game.
Oh, man.
I can't fucking believe they did this bullshit to me. You know how many years I've been waiting for a Doom? I was still in the goddamn military when that last Doom game came out. And that was over fucking a decade and a half ago. I don't know what the fuck is going on in the computer world nowadays. Well, just pump it out and they'll buy it. Fuck that nonsense, man. I can't believe they put out this half-ass piece of garbage and said, throw a $60 bill on it. And that campaign, I know I'm talking all kinds of shit right now with no campaign being evident, but I'm gonna tell you right now, that campaign, it isn't gonna suck my dick hard enough to make me want to spend $60 on this shit. I'm telling you that right now by playing the beta. The gunplay does not feel good enough to be in a game, because if the gameplay is just as twitchy as this while I'm killing demons and shit, there's no time to enjoy ambience or darkness or any of that other shit. And if they gave me two separate games, the fuck were they thinking by putting this into the multiplayer? So yeah, that's what's bad with it.
Okay, and I'm going to throw my little bit out on this one too. I was really hoping for more of an Alien Isolation feel. That game, I guess, when I was little, heck, I was freaking almost still in diapers when I was playing Doom, actually, the original Doom. I was freaking terrified of that game, even in 16-bit or 8-bit or whatever bit that game was, because you're still counting it in bits at the time. And it was terrifying. I loved it. It was a game I played for years, and when I finally beat all the chapters, it was like, I called my brother, and I told him, I did it, and it was a big deal. And then, of course, there was a new game come out, another one came out, and it was great, and I played them, and I loved them, and I remember freaking out with my 5.1 digital surround sound playing the last Doom game. And I'm looking at this one going, it looks sci-fi, the levels look like everything's too rounded and too non-jagged and too kind of weirdly placed. Who would ever design a level like this? Which I guess kind of actually harkens back to the level design of the original Doom games a little bit, because they weren't really great. They were kind of, obviously this is a level and not something that was actually used for a facility in real life. But, I mean, this game is, there's too much darkness in the wrong places. And the lighting is very dramatic, which I love. I'll give that credit, but it's pre-planned. It's not something that feels organic by any means. It doesn't feel like hell itself just popped up in the middle of a research facility in Mars and started tearing everything asunder. It just doesn't really feel like a Doom game. It feels like you took like a console Halo game, which I'm not gonna hit on the Halo thing. I'm just like Halo 1 or the earlier variant console controllers is really what I'm going for. It doesn't feel like a game that's played with a mouse and keyboard. Everything is within like a very little up and down position. if I was going to shoot at somebody, it's all right in front of my face. There's nothing at a 75-degree angle up or down from the ground. There's no balconies. There's no large areas for the sniper to actually sit and feel kind of comfortable. It's all just run and gun and hope. It's just run and gun and hope. Okay. What would we change?
Tell you right now, first thing I would change to make this game a better game would be to slow the pace down. And I don't mean slow the pace down like make everybody move at like insanely slow speed. No. I mean, look at other first-person shooters and find what works well. Like, right now, I'm going to tell you this. I don't think highly of H1Z1, but they have some good gunplay. I don't think highly of 7 Days to Die, but it has some good gunplay. If you don't have that gunplay in place for a person who plays first-person shooters, it's just going to be put down. Like, it's just like, I don't want to touch this. What is this? It does not feel right. This is half the reason why I still play Grand Theft Auto 5. The guns in there are cartoony, yet they still feel appropriate when you're firing in first person. So, inherently, it comes down to that. Fix the gun mechanics, fix the speed of the game.
And if
multiplayer
is going to be a big deal to this game, unless this is supposed to be how it feels for...
There's a ranking thing, so apparently it is supposed to be a thing.
Yeah, so if it's going to be a big part of the game, then yes. If it's going to be one of those things where, obviously, we are going to be doing a lot more solo game, because the campaign is a big deal in Doom, where it should be. If this is the pattern of the game, I can kind of see that if you're fighting like a multitude of enemies at once, they're all coming from one direction. But if this is going to be how multiplayer is, I don't really like it, because like you said, it's too fast-paced, and it's basically glance shooting and hoping. There's no tactical, like, feeling if you're going to be a sniper of having a moment to actually zoom up and everything. It's just way too much.
No, that's
twitching.
what the translocator is supposed to be for, to cheat your way up to crazy points where people can't get to you.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, you see that, and that's like going back to the balance again. What would I fix? I'd fix the weapons and make sure that these are had an old Doom. Like, okay, here's a big one. Where was the BFG? Why wasn't that a special item?
Huh.
I kill the Revenant and I get the BFG.
That'd be nice.
Now I'm a human that's beaten to hell, but I'm also holding a gun that's gonna like put your Smirnoff in the fucking can. So, you know, I don't get it, man. You know, it's like, how hard is it for these guys? They get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars and they can't come up with good gameplay. I don't understand that. For the life of me, I cannot understand it. But hey, you know, it's just gonna keep going if people keep pre-ordering and keep buying bullshit. This is gonna keep, and you know what? If you pre-ordered this, fuck you. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You can talk on my goddamn YouTube. Fuck you for ruining this goddamn franchise, cause it's you. You did this shit. I don't mind pre-buying something like 2 days, a day before, and people can be all like, "Yeah, Mog, it's all because it's marketing and it's after the fact." Well, you know what? This whole game wasn't after the fact. You know what I mean? They didn't even fucking begin to think on it. So that's where I'm gonna leave that part for what we would change, the whole damn thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can't say anything about the solo game, which to me would make me feel a little bit better about the multiplayer to a degree. But I'm sitting here watching I'm sitting here watching your video actually, and I noticed you were hitting somebody with the machine gun, and all of a sudden they had numbers popping out of their body. What's that about? So
that's their health.
Yeah, I know. That's just kind of
like how much damage I'm doing.
Yeah,
it's Borderlands.
Okay. Well, it's just kind of. There's no bar or anything to give you kind of a...
And it's supposed to give you an identifier to know that you're hitting the enemy.
Oh, okay.
That's how you know. Because how else would you know? Look how fast shit's moving. How else would you know?
Dark and weird lighting, which is okay. There's not very many large areas. Of course, this is just one map, and there might be other areas that have more of a tournament-style feel to them. This one feels like...
They better be, or this... I mean... You know what? Battlefront said the same thing. It didn't help their sales, and it didn't help their shit. So, you know what? Good luck to the both of them.
Sadly, Battlefront's selling a lot of things, though, these days, and now they got the Star Wars name, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, yeah, it got jacked down in price. It's like, what, $40, $35 now on this Origin store? Yeah, because no one's playing it. I mean, here's the thing too, if you start playing it today, you're just gonna get stuck like high level people, which is, if this game had any kind of leveling thing, there's the anti to that. Oh, and here's a complaint. Oh, what I would change, real quick, last item, what I would change. Change the server listings. Don't make me pair with people who are 250 milliseconds when you are forcing me to play a Twitch fucking game. Do not do that. Bad.
Unless that was just for the beta. But even then, that's kind of foretelling.
Yeah, it really is, because it's just, you're going to, here, sign in now, we'll patch all our people together. It doesn't matter that he's in Ugandistan. He'll play with you. You know, he has 5,000 ping. and yet he wins all the time, and he doesn't know why he's such a good shooter, and then gets blown up for walking out of his house. See? That's life coming to get you.
Ugh,
sorry.
Okay.
People from Ugandistan.
Moving on. It's okay, the people from Albonia feel about the same way. Moving on. The verdict. How do we rate this game? Out of our... Should we go on this, should we tell them what the scale is first?
Alright, no, the scale will reveal itself over time. Right now, I'm putting this at bargain bin. This game is a bargain bin. When this game comes down to a Steam sale under like 10 bucks, I might, if there are any of my friends, like anybody's gonna play this shit. If there's any of my friends that are like, dude, come play Doom, you don't even know, I might. But right now, it's a bargain bin. I'm not trying to force it into my Steam library, and I am definitely not trying to have any of this shit right now. When I was recording this, the gameplay, I was getting bored. Like, I was like, God, I wanted this stuff to end. And I was doing a live stream, so I was going through everything independently. And yeah, it was terrible. So, long story short, folks, wait till it's in the bargain bin. From your looks, what do you think?
I agree on bargain bin at current moment. If things major change, then I will have to make a new assumption. But currently, there's nothing new here, really. Nothing I haven't seen before, nothing that looks that great and enjoyable, nothing that really would set it apart. And I know that's said a lot in these type of things, but coming from a person who played Doom nearly in diapers, this is not Doom, currently. So, I stand by bargain bin.
Well, there you have it, people. Get it in the bargain bin when you can.
Yep. Alright.
This has been Mog.
This has been Jack from Mission Game.
Well, oh, go ahead. No, you say your thing, I'll say my thing.
Yeah, this has been Jack from Mission Reloaded Gaming.
I love...
And I'm just Mog.
Who rambles.
I do. I'll catch you folks later.
Bye.
Peace.